Welcome everyone to NoDQ&A video here on this little flash in the pan website, NoDQ.com. I am the owner of NoDQ.com. Since I'm such a cocky bastard, I have to tell the truth and tell you guys that I'm the owner. But you know what? Scratch that. I am actually the king of NoDQ.com. No, you know what? Scratch that. I am the god of NoDQ.com. That one's for you, big boy O2. But enough wasting time. Let's get right down to your questions. Hey Aaron, what do you think about the Booker T and Katie storyline? I think you meant Cody. And do you think Booker T can ever become IC champion? Well, anybody can become IC champion. Now, as far as Booker T goes, I think it's definitely a possibility. Right now, Booker T is getting ready for one last run, and WWE is just now starting to plant the seeds for the Booker T and Cody Rhodes storyline. I would like to see it take place at WrestleMania. Booker T versus Cody Rhodes. I think it would be a good venue for Booker T's big comeback match, trying to win one more title before he retires for good. You know, people talked about the idea of Cody Rhodes facing Goldust. I think Cody Rhodes versus Booker T would be a better match and would have more crowd heat and a better story behind it. And you could always throw Goldust in there since he was a former... Actually, that would be a good storyline because Booker T and Goldust were former tag team partners, but Goldust and Cody Rhodes are brothers, so you could have Goldust at ringside and kind of tease like whose side is he going to be on. I think that would be a good storyline, and I would like to see it. But it's possible they might have Booker T and Cody Rhodes take place at the Royal Rumble instead. It all depends on how much how many matches WWE decides to do for WrestleMania, and if there's enough room to put in Booker T versus Cody Rhodes. They may just want to get the storyline over with, but we'll see what happens. Do you think the WWE Championship belt needs a new design? And what was your favorite belt of all time? Absolutely, it needs a change. After about 5 to 6 years, it's good to change up the belt and give it a new look. They've had that spinner belt for so long, and it was designed for John Cena. So when they have the other guys wearing the spinner belt, it's just kind of goofy. And I'd like to see them not necessarily bring back the Winged Eagle belt, but maybe bring back like a variation of it. My favorite belt of all time was the Winged Eagle. Maybe because it was the era that I grew up in, but I just thought that belt was perfect in terms of the size. It wasn't too big. It wasn't too small. It wasn't like over the top in terms of its look. It wasn't really dull. It was just it was a good looking belt, and it was just an all around nice belt. And yeah, like I said, don't bring back exactly the Winged Eagle belt, but bring something that maybe looks somewhat like it, and like a modern version of it, something like that. Hey Aaron, do you think Cody Rhodes is ready to be a main eventer? Analyzing how much the crowd is into him right now, and how well his gimmick is now that he removed the mask, not even going to mention how much the people dig his new song. Your thoughts? I'm not really sure if he's ready to be a main eventer yet. I mean, he's definitely improving. His in-ring work is really good. His promos are good, but I don't know, there's just something there with his promos that I'm not really crazy about. I think that he's too one-dimensional when he talks, but, I mean, he's definitely gotten better over the past few years, and getting rid of the mask was a big plus because it made him a little bit unique for a while, but after a couple months it got old, and there's only so far you can go when you're wearing that mask. It was just a little bit over the top, and it kind of screamed a mid-card act, so that's a plus, and I'm glad his ring gear, he's making it a little bit flashier. It was kind of generic in the past couple of years, but I think there's definitely some hope for him. He definitely has potential, but as JR once said, you cannot make a living on potential. Hey Aaron, I just saw the SmackDown cage match, and I don't get why, like every cage match WWE does now, people go for pins. Shouldn't the point to be escaping the cage? Pins and submissions make it pointless. I definitely agree with you on this. I liked the old school cage matches where the goal was to either climb over the top or go out the door. I think that's what made the match unique, and when you throw pinfalls and submissions in there, it's just like every other match. I think it's possible a reason WWE does it that way is sometimes when you do the old style cage match, it doesn't really get a lot of crowd heat because people just expect the ending to be either the guy climbs over or the guy goes out the door. With the pinfall and submissions, you have more variations, and I think that adds a little bit more crowd heat to the matches. But I'm not really sure exactly why WWE does it. If it was me, I would make the cage matches, with the old style stipulation, just escaping or going out the door. But that's just me. Hey Aaron, what did you think about the new Sin Cara t-shirt that was pulled from WWE Shop? For those of you that did not see it, WWE released a Sin Cara t-shirt over the weekend, and the bottom area where his crotch was kind of suggestive, and there it looked like a penis, and the design of it was like skin colored, and yeah, just it did not look very PG, and within hours WWE pulled the t-shirt. Anybody that tried to buy the t-shirt, I guess, got refunded or got a credit for another order. But if anybody got a shirt, sell it on eBay. You might be able to get something for it. I'm just kind of baffled as to how this got through all the way to the website. Like, wouldn't somebody have noticed this? I was mind-boggled by that. Hey Aaron, love the show. In your opinion, why didn't the Austin heel turn work? Was it just that the fans didn't want to boo him, or was it his inability to sell it? I mean, Hogan and The Rock's turns worked, and they were way over. Your thoughts? When you look back at the biggest heel turns in wrestling, let's use Hulk Hogan, for example. Hulk Hogan was the biggest star in wrestling, but his act got stale. He played the same character for about 11 or 12 years, and the fans just got sick and tired of it. They wanted to see something different. So that's why the Hogan heel turn worked so well, because they wanted a change, and they had a good storyline reason to turn Hogan, saying, hey, you fans turned on me, I didn't turn on you. With Steve Austin, the people were still into him. Steve Austin was still at his peak in terms of popularity with the fans, and people did not want to the thing is, they put so much emotional investment into the Stone Cold Steve Austin character, and as Jim Ross said, it would be like John Wayne running away from a fight. People did not want to see the Stone Cold Steve Austin character as a coward, and to me, that's why it didn't work. They had to drastically change Austin's character to get people to boo him. They had to have him run away and use all the dastardly antics or whatever. So yeah, that to sum it up, that's why it didn't work out, and people did not want to see Steve Austin shake hands with Vince McMahon. That all those years that people got into Steve Austin beating up Vince McMahon and all that, and that feud, it wasn't what they wanted to see, just bottom line. Alright, that'll do it for today's edition of No DQ&A video here on NoDQ.com. Please subscribe, youtube.com/NoDQCAW. Please spread the word, and we'll see you next time for more No DQ&A video.